So this is a Swift Challenger 580, going to take you around the caravan and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake. We'll take you through all of this in person here inside. In the front locker you have 2 gas bottle tie downs where you can put a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles, and then you've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead and your gas pipe work coming down to the bottle. The fitment that goes into the bottle is a reverse thread fitment. On the far side of the van you've got your wind down leg. These are there for stabilising the caravan, not lifting the caravan. If you lifted the caravan with these wind down legs it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. You then got your Alde heating flow on the side of the van. Don't need to do anything with this, you just need to make sure it's not covered at any point, so it can breathe as it needs to. Then got your water pump connection coming into the side of the van. So you pull back the blue trigger and push into the side of the van, and then the same to release, and then you'll drop your pipe work down inside the aqua roll itself. You've then got your battery box with your mains power lead coming into the side of the van, as you can see, connected to the power on site. And also in there you'll see the motor mover power switch receiver, which we'll go through and demonstrate while you're here on site again. The fridge vents are there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit, and also take some cool air in, and behind the top right hand side here you've got a gas flue for when the fridge is running on gas. Motor mover and wheel nuts, we'll torque the wheel nuts while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover so you can see everything is working as it should. 2 grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van are essentially there to allow the fresh water that goes in the front of the van out the side of the van, and there'll be Tibbetts grey pipe in the front locker that can drop down inside the waste master itself. Then got your toilet flush tank, so it takes 3.5 litres of water in this flush tank with a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom cassette you'll put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. To release the cassette you'll pull up the orange handle, pull the cassette towards you, the neck here will turn out so you can tip the waste away. You've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette so the waste can be tipped away. On the back of the van on either side you've got the wind down legs to stabilise the caravan. Again, like I said at the front of the van, they aren't there for lifting the van. You've then got your storage locker for underneath the bed, so you can access the storage there, and the bed also lifts up so you can access it from the inside. You've got a 3-pin socket on the side of the van, and that allows you to have power out to your awning on the outside of the van. Storage locker for underneath your front seating, wind down leg and your barbecue gas point. Going on to the inside of the van now, I'm just going to shut the door up so you can hear exactly what I'm saying. As you can see, our cleaners haven't been in here yet. They are in the process of coming into the van and getting the van ready, so I do apologise if it's still dirty at the moment. Above the door, you've got your main control panel, so you've got your power on. You've got your lights here to indicate that we've got power connected on the outside of the van and coming into the caravan. You've then got a dot on the car that will illuminate orange when you connect to the car and the caravan. And if all 3 are illuminated, you will need to make sure you disconnect either the power from the post outside or the car, as it can cause a problem with the charging system on board the van. Got your leisure battery voltage on the left hand side. Got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment, and then you've got your view levels button, which will bring up the levels on either side of here depending on which one you're connected to. You can also bring up the vehicle voltage by clicking the vehicle battery option in the centre. First thing we're going to need to do is fill the water system up. So down below the seat on the left hand side, on the right hand side of the caravan, you'll see the yellow drain down valve. Now that yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor for you to be able to fill the water system up. And if it's pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat, then it'll actually drain all the water out of the system on board the van. Now when you're using the caravan, like I said, it will need to be parallel with the floor, but if you're not using the caravan, do make sure you've drained all of the water out of the inside of the van when it's in storage, etc. As potentially if it did freeze for any reason, it could crack open all the pipe work and the hot water tank that is just underneath the seating on the front side of the van there. So once you've got that valve parallel with the floor, that little yellow valve, come over to each tap on board the caravan. Open all the taps up on the hot side. As you can see, I've already filled the water system. Once all them taps are open, so like I said, once all them taps are open on the hot side, so that'll be the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink and the shower. I'm just going to shut it off for a minute because like I said, it's already full. However, you'd leave that tap open, or all them taps open, you come over to the control panel and hit the water pump button. The green light will indicate the water pump is running. Once the system's full, as it is at the moment, you can then shut off each tap on the caravan. Just make sure when you do, always start from the one in the kitchen first, then go to the bathroom and shut the sink off and then the shower. Just make sure you've still got water flow coming through to every tap continuously at that point before you turn each of the taps off. Once you're at that point and you've got water all the way through the caravan, you can then start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. Now, as you go through this control panel, you'll also notice I'll demonstrate the heating at the same time. So the grey or silver control panel, as you come in the door, on the left-hand side is your Aldi heating and hot water control panel. So I'll press the power button just here. The control panel will come on. So it's come on now. We're going to press the menu button. And essentially, you've got your room temperature at the top here, plus or minus to set your room temperature. That goes all the way up to 30 degrees, which is a real 30 degrees. And a real nice heating system on board this van. You've then below that got your water heating. So water heating will automatically come on once you turn this control panel on. And if you want to boost the water system for when you're showering on board the van, simply hit the button again so it goes green here. And that essentially means that the water system is boosting. So it's warming up the water for when you're showering essentially on board the van or washing up. And it should warm up a lot quicker than if it's just on the standard mode just here where it's just hot water rather than boost. Below that, you've got the amount of power coming into the caravan. Now, what this controls is the power supply the heating and hot water will run on. It does not control any other part of the caravan. So you've got electric off, 1 kilowatt of power coming to the caravan, 2 kilowatts of power coming to the caravan, and 3 kilowatts of power coming to the caravan. Now, depending on what site you're on, will depend on what power source you put this to. If you're on a site, for instance, with 2 kilowatts available, you'll select the 2 kilowatts, and that'll be your heating and hot water running at the most efficient amount it can for the site you are on. If you ask in the site office when you arrive there, they will advise of what you can run this control panel on. If you've got gas connected to the caravan and you want to run the heating and hot water on gas or a combination of electric and gas, you can do that by very simply turning on the gas bottle. Let me just turn that off for a second. Turning on the gas bottle in the front locker, getting the gas through to the hob on top of the cooker, because that is the last point on the gas system, and that is the same as if you're going to ignite the fridge on gas as well. You can then come over to the control panel, hit the on button, and the gas system will self-ignite. If for any reason it comes up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen, turn it off and turn it back on again, as it will just take a couple of attempts to ignite on the first time of asking. And that will be each time you use the gas system, that you may have to do it a couple of times before it ignites fully. You have got some advanced options in here, which we advise you read the manual for. In here you can set timers for your heating and hot water, and also, you know, change a few other options in there for screen display, etc., brightness and all that sort of thing, and night option so it goes dark overnight. So that is your heating and hot water control panel. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. Very simple to use on board this van. You've got power on. As you can see at the moment, we're connected to 240 mains. On 240 mains, you'll control the fridge temperature by hitting the button on the right hand side. Gas, we're going to select gas next. It will self-ignite on gas, like I said, as long as you've got gas through the gas system. If it ever failed to ignite, it will flash the red light on this side, and it will also flash the blue pilot light just here. Again, on gas, you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. If you're towing down the road, you can use 12 volt mode, and what that means is the 12 volt mode from the car you are towing with and not from the caravan. Essentially, it will let the fridge work as a cool box. So essentially, you'll connect the car to the caravan, have the control panel turned off above the door, and then you come out to the control panel, turn the fridge on, and hit the 12 volt mode. Like I said, it is just a cool box, not a fridge when you're travelling down the road, so it won't get completely cold. However, the beers and wine will be a bit chilled when you arrive on site. As you probably guessed from the way I was talking about the 12 volt mode, the temperature control doesn't actually do anything on 12 volt mode. However, it still does light up, and as you can see at the moment, it's flashing both the symbols at me to indicate there is no power source coming through from the 12 volt system on board the van. Cooker, hob and grill all work very much the same as your household appliances, no difference at all there. The same with the microwave. Coming into the bathroom, and the last part of the caravan system we're going to go through on this particular video. Electric toilet flush on top of the toilet. Toilet full indicator light. Now this light will appear red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full on board the caravan. At that point, you'll need to empty the cassette and refill with the correct amount of fluid, which for the toilet cassette is 1 litre of water and a capful of the blue fluid. To allow the toilet waste into the cassette of the van, you're going to need to make sure the toilet flap is pushed across. And like I said, that will allow the waste into the cassette rather than sitting in the toilet bowl. We do advise before you start using the loo, you do open it, then when you're done, shut it back off. The toilet seat itself, when you are emptying the cassette from underneath the van, or we need to be in the position it is now, it does turn for your convenience, so you can actually spin the toilet seat round to make it easier. However, when you're emptying the cassette, it needs to be in the position it's in now because it will actually lock the cassette in place. One other thing I'm just going to remind or just let you know about is these tail rails, obviously they run on the heating system off the Aldi heating. Please do be careful with these, they do get extremely hot and do hold heat for quite a while. So this is a 2013 Swift Challenger 580 SE. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site when you collect your caravan soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.